Our MPs have a rough time of it. They get so much bad press, such flack. And in surveys of the least trusted professions, politicians are always up there with estate agents, journalists and people who do surveys. You don't see that last one on the list, but I think that backs up my suspicions. Well, I'm here to stick up for the MPs. It's hard work. Getting elected in the first place must be a nightmare. But once you've got the job, you've got to work in Parliament and in your constituency. You hold surgeries. You have to raise constituents' concerns with ministers. You have to vote on new laws and policies, which means you've got to be across all of those issues. The hours must be relentless. And that's the starting point. Some members of Parliament also have responsibilities as ministers, which means even more work being across your brief and working in your department. So I say these brave, hard-working individuals deserve more pay and then shouldn't be allowed to have second jobs. Why ban them from taking on extra work? Simple. They have to work in Parliament and their constituency. They vote on laws and some are ministers. If you're that busy, then surely you can't do a second job without it impacting your first job. We're shortchanging the people who pay, us. Now, I don't know about your employment status, but if you have a full-time job and you said to your full-time boss, great, love the job, I'll be doing another one as well, though, would they be happy? And our jobs probably aren't that important. Mine certainly isn't. I can take a weekend off from doing stand-up to host these shows, and the live audience won't mind. They'll probably prefer it. But MPs are working for us. They get paid by us. So can you really have two taskmasters? If you're paid by the people, then you have to be paid by someone else who might have interests that don't match. Is that even possible? To counter this argument, you'd normally say, well, we want the brightest and the best. Yes, we do. But we want the brightest and the best who'll actually pay attention, don't we? There's no point having some really successful person become an MP and give us 10% of their time. If MPs had to focus on serving people all the time, then maybe this could end the nose in trough problem we see in the papers. Recently, Kwasi Kwarteng and Matt Hancock were caught up in a sting, being offered £10,000 a day to work for a fake Korean company. They didn't think anything was fishy about being offered 10 grand a day. Best and brightest. Good. This week, we heard that Conservative MP Scott Benton had been suspended from a parliamentary party after being caught indicating that he would be willing to break lobbying rules for money. He met with undercover reporters pretending to be from a fake company. Looks like that survey was right. You can't trust journalists. And after you've been an MP, go for it. Feel free to make as much money as you can, be the director of whatever, do the after-dinner circuit. But while we're paying for you, we want your focus.